from the soul with it. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? D. Allen Rex coming to you live with yet another video. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to click that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be a part of the notification squad. So I gotta talk to y'all about Jay-Z, and is he been blackballed? Is he being shut out by the industry due to the fact that he has so much power now? Recently, he was at the Grammys. He was nominated for multiple Grammys, but he fell short to Bruno Mars and Kendrick Lamar. And it's all about politics. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. And my opinion is I think that, Jay-Z recently, not recently, but we can say recently, as from the last 2 years, he has been influencing and encouraging African Americans, Black people, to become entrepreneurs. He's kind of uplifting, and what people don't realize is this. Jay-Z is a high profile celebrity. I'm talking about one of the biggest celebrities in the world, right? So when you have someone who's a huge celebrity like this, they have a lot of influence. So what I mean by influence is they may have like over 100 million people who listen to the words that they say. Like, he has a lot of impact. We seen in the past where he said things like, and I don't wear jerseys, I'm 30 plus, give me a crisp pair of jeans, button up. So there were a lot of people, they talk about this when you hear like a lot of Jay-Z fans, how, they went from the jerseys to the button up, because when Jay-Z said it, it influenced a lot of people, and a lot of people started to do it. So his words could encourage people to do, whether it's good, sell drugs, or bad. So he's, as of recent, have been, you heard the 444 album, where he's been encouraging and uplifting people from the urban community. And a lot of people are following and they're listening to that, and it gained a lot of attention, especially the Story of OJ song. And he has a lot of power. So the fact that he has a lot of power, you see him taking these pictures. Now, the whole Illuminati thing, we can go into that another time, whether it's true or whether it's not. But my point is, when you have a lot of influence like that, the fact that you're using your power and your influence and not saying something negative, opposed to now you're saying something positive, a lot of younger kids and a lot of people from the urban community going to listen to that. And a lot of them will pick up on it and learn from it and start to change their mentality and start to do the exact same things. And they may process it. It may not happen now, but later down the road, it could potentially change things for them towards the future. So I think that by him, instead of spreading a negative message towards the urban community or the Black community, he's spreading a positive message, and he's using his power. You're seeing him take pictures with a lot of Black powerful people, especially when it comes to the music industry, and a lot of Black people who have, influence, a lot of power. T.I. is connected to the streets still. Diddy, you see Fabulous, just a variety of artists who a lot of people from the urban community look up to. So, and Jay-Z has Tidal. He's not with Apple. He's not with Spotify. He's doing his own thing, and he's influencing people to look. You can have a large share of the revenue. You still have Prince try to fight for his masters. And he went to Jay-Z to fight for his masters. And you see Lil Wayne's trying to do the same thing in terms of trying to get from under Birdman and get from under, Universal and all these other people who he's tied to. So it seems like Jay-Z has been ousted. Like they're trying to, it's like they're trying to punish him by not giving him Grammys, and they're constantly uh, throwing his name in the mud now. Like you don't see it usually, and I think what they do is they're really trying to distract people. They're using these certain, attaching these certain stigmas to Jay Z now that he's decided to go his own route and then influencing, you know, black owned things and, becoming an entrepreneur and black ownership. Like I said, it's about politics. It's really about politics, whether, we talk about the music industry, whether you're talking about, basketball, the movie, the film industry, your 9 to 5, your job, whatever, everything really comes down to politics. Kanye West speak about this in the past to where high profile artists say that, if they don't show up, if they don't get a Grammy, they're not going to show up. If this person come, I'm not going to show up. We've heard Kanye West speak about this previously in the past. We've seen artists who we know deserve the award, but they give it to somebody else. So I commend Jay-Z for that and just using his platform and his influence, high level of influence. He could not even mean it. I'm gonna say this. He could not even mean what he's saying. Like he could be using it to manipulate people or just to make money out of certain situations, right? He could just be trying to capitalize off of what he's doing. But the fact that he's using his influence, like I said, and not saying something negative and influencing young black males to do something negative, that says a lot. That means a lot because people could be influenced by and do, what these lyrics are saying. And my thing is another thing, a lot of people be like, oh, he's a hypocrite and he's just a hypocrite, he's just this and this and that. But my thing is, all right, when a person grows from a situation, why do we call them a hypocrite? All they're trying to do is say, hey, I made these same mistakes. Like what he was saying, like he's telling you, he's having a conversation to you within a song, The Story of OJ. I done bought every V12 engine, which I could take it back to the beginning. Like, I could have bought a house for this much. I could have bought this. I could have bought that. He's taking you back to the beginning when he had every V12, every single sports car or every car that there is. He done had that. So he's saying, I'm growing now. So I've matured. I'm not that same person. I'm not telling you don't stop doing. Like he said, I'm not telling you to not use the money phone or I'm not judging you. But what I'm saying is I'm putting you up on game. And this is what they don't want you to know. The thing that he mentioned about the Jews. What we have to realize is a lot of Jews own pretty much majority of the industry. The Grammys, everything. What you see on TV. So by them owning these things and him saying like, this is how Jewish people, built their community and they stuck with each other. They did this. I'm giving you the game of how the Jews did it. I'm not disrespecting them, but they're going to put it out there as I'm disrespecting them because they control majority of the media. So I'm going to put that out there they're going to put that out there to distract you, and I seen a lot of videos where people was like, oh, Jay-Z is admitting to being in the Illuminati. He's talking about being in the new Illuminati because he just recently did an interview on CNN and he kind of make a little joke, as to him being in the new Illuminati. And my thing is, I've been, labeled a conspiracy theorist over the past couple of years. And if that's how you feel, then by no means, I'm not going to knock you for feeling like that because I felt like that and I still feel that way about a lot of things. But my thing is you have to stick to your gun. You can't say one artist is in the Illuminati, then that next artist is not in the Illuminati. You can't make an exception for them. And then you can't say that an artist is in the Illuminati when they're alive, and then when they die, you say, oh, that person was trying to warn us about this. When they were alive, you were saying that this person was in the Illuminati. And for all we know, Jay-Z could be flipping the term the Illuminati and taking what they did, and creating his own as, and making it the opposite of what they believe. Possibly they could worship the devil, and he may have used them to get to that point, and now he has the power, and he could be having these secret meetings with young Jeezy, who has tons of influence, and telling these young guys now, stop, promoting, you know, prescription pills, and stop promoting lean, and stop promoting, like, these different drugs and stuff. So he could be connected with all these different people and these different artists and bringing everyone together. And by bringing them all together, he could just be taking what the Illuminati stood for and flipping it and using that power. And it's like taking from the rich and bring it back to the poor. Or, you taking all the game that you learned from them and you bringing it back to your people. You get what I'm saying? And now that he's later on in his life and he has kids now, he's probably looking at things a lot different than he did. He's grown now. So he has 3 kids. So he's looking at life probably way more different than he did when he was coming up. But at the same time, I'm not going to spend all of my money in a strip club and do all this. I'm about to put y'all up on game, and this is how you can make your money back, and this is how you can become an owner, and start owning instead of working, and I've seen people with different opinions come out there and say that Jay-Z is not for black people and all this other stuff. But, money is not, people always equate, oh, you gotta, he has to give his money back, and he has to, he's not doing nothing for the community. But these are same people who don't do things for the community. Let's think about this. Even if you work a regular job every day, how many times have you taken your paycheck and put, let's say, $50, $60 to the side, only $50 or $60 to the side, and you put that money towards making sandwiches, getting bottles of water, fruits, and taking it down to the homeless shelter? I've done that before, and I had a job. I didn't have money like Jay-Z, Or how about kickball games or basketball tournaments or doing different things in your community that could help uplift your people? You don't need a lot of money to do those things. But do people do it? No, they're so busy, stuck on trying to focus on this. And, we grow, like mentally we grow. That's just like someone who has a child and they might have been rebellious as a child. They might have, rebelled against their parents and did the total opposite of what their parents told them to do. And not listen. And the child rebellious, and they skip school. They do all these terrible things, bad grades, everything. So you as a parent, you say, I don't think you should do this. How about you should do that? You should do this. I don't want you to do that. But I'm going to help you with this. I'm going to help you with that. I don't think you should go that route. You're not being a hypocrite. You're just trying to inform them and enlighten them. You're trying to encourage them to not go the route that you went. And you're trying to help them towards the future. You're not being a hypocrite. So I think at this point they're sending a message to Jay-Z. But he's extremely powerful, and he's using his power to encourage and influence his people. He has his masters. He has a lot of control and a lot of power, and they don't like that. Like, they do not like for a black man to have, like Kanye West said, no one man should have all that power, and especially if it's a black man, it's a problem.
Yeah. Competition in my mind with your favorite rapper. I keep it G just like the helmet of a Green Bay Packer. No fear tatted across my stomach, you can never scare me. Look at these rappers surviving on popularity shit. Throw them in the lion's den with the killer, the god. No Karuchi, but you get your head twist with these claws. Lion King, motherfucker, evil nigga like Scar. Mufasa, you hanging off that cliff, I throw your ass off.